Moi everyone and welcome to Finish Your Plate. It seems like summer hasn't even started here in the US when already in Finland we're celebrating Midsummer. Midsummer is of course a very popular holiday in Finland when everybody is off from work. They go to their cabins or they just stay at home and cook something special for Midsummer night, have fun with their friends, and just all around enjoy the summer that's in full bloom in Finland. So in celebration of Midsummer, I'm going to do a smoked Arctic char, which is very similar to salmon, and some smashed potatoes or hölskyperunat, and of course a drink, frozen margarita, which is a clever riff on margarita, of course. So join me and I'll show you how to make this dish that is full of Finnish summer flavors yourself. First, we're going to make a drink. This drink is called margarita, which I think is a funny riff on margarita. So what we're going to use is we're going to use some strawberries, frozen strawberries. We're going to use some orange juice and some tequila. The reason why we're using frozen strawberries here is that this way we don't need to use as much ice. The strawberries will bring in flavor and they will also act like ice cubes when we're making this frozen drink. So don't let the strawberries completely thaw out. Let them be icy when you put them in. I have here about a liter of strawberries. I can pour in my orange juice. And now you add the tequila to taste, of course. So depending on what your taste is, you either add a little or a little more. And now we will just blitz it. And now we're going to serve it in a glass. And here we go. Our margarita is ready. Let's smoke our Arctic char. I already salted this couple hours ago and I let it sit in the fridge. I patted it dry. So when you're smoking fish, the best thing is to salt it a little bit before, a couple hours before actual smoking, and then pat it dry. The best thing is if you could get a little bit tackiness on the surface, so that will mean that the smoke is actually going to adhere better into the fish. I have a tabletop smoker like this, and I have some alder wood chips here, small tiny chips, since I'm using a tabletop smoker rather than a big smoker. Just gonna put some on bottom, return this, and going to turn this on. We're going to look for a smoking temperature of about 210 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 220 Fahrenheit. That's around just shy of 100 Celsius. Cook time will of course vary, but you're going to be looking at about 140 Fahrenheit. That's about 60 Celsius. Now I can see that I'm getting first whiffs of smoke already from my smoker, so I'm just going to put my fish in. I'm going to put just a little bit of parchment paper. And now I'm going to put the fish in here. And while my fish is smoking in here, I'm just going to boil some potatoes on the stove top. I have here some small potatoes. Unfortunately, these are not the same thing as new potatoes, even though they look very similar. Getting new potatoes here in New York sometimes a little difficult, so I'm just going to use these small potatoes and cook these instead. And while my potatoes are cooking and my fish is smoking, I'm going to prepare the sauce that's going to go in the potatoes. I'm going to take a couple of these onions, and then just slice them up. Put all that in my bowl over here. And now we'll take a big bunch of dill, chop that up. All that goes in there. And we're gonna zest some lemon in here as well. And we'll squeeze half of the lemon in. And now we're just gonna add some sour cream in here. About a cup of sour cream. Mix that all up. And now we'll add some white pepper. And of course, salt. And let's just taste our sauce so we have enough of everything. I think it needs more salt. Now that our sauce is ready, all we have to do is wait for the fish and the potatoes. The potatoes are now cooked, so here comes the fun part, and this is why it's called hölskyperunat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our sauce over here. Obviously, I drained the potatoes first. We're gonna put several good-sized scoops in there, and we're gonna close the lid, and now we're gonna shake it. We're gonna shake it so that the potatoes get a little bit smushed and crushed. All right, let's take a look. Ah, great. And I think our fish is done too, so I'm gonna turn off the heat. We're gonna take some of these smashed potatoes and take our Arctic char, and we're just gonna serve this with a very simple salad, something from the garden, vegetables from the garden. With a couple of onion flowers as garnish. These are completely edible, obviously. Maybe if you want, just a little piece of lemon to top it all off. A little fresh onion. And now that our plate is ready, of course, we're gonna serve it with our frozen margarita. Here we go. Finnish smoked Arctic char with some smashed potatoes and a frozen drink. Happy Midsummer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Finish Your Plate.